Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So today I decided that I was going to do a makeup for dummies video. So basically I'm going to be going step by step with my makeup process and telling you guys like where everything goes, how to apply it, what everything is. Not necessarily why you need to use it, but why you could use it, why you may want to use it. All of like the basics, and don't get offended by the word dummies. I don't think you guys are dumb. It's just like that book, you know, like insert book here. Let's get started. So I've already primed my face using the Farsali Unicorn Essence Drop. So basically a primer is something that you put underneath your foundation as a base to help your foundation last longer, to look better, to help your foundation stick to your face better. You can get primers that pore filling primers if you have big pores. Basically it's a little bit more hygienic in my opinion because it's kind of closing up your pores in a sense, so you're not getting foundation deep in there and then getting acne or getting blackheads. So I recommend using a primer. Not everyone does, and that's okay. You don't have to buy the primer that I have. So next step is to always put your cat ears on. Just kidding, you don't have to do that, I just do it. So next I'll talk about the application for your foundation. Lately I've been on a beauty blender kick, which is a sponge. It's not damp yet, it's actually like twice the size of this when it's damp. I've been on this just because I like to press my foundation in, as opposed to using, let me grab a brush, something like this flat brush where you would buff it and stipple it. But I find that with brushes, you get brush strokes, as opposed to the beauty blender, you can just kind of press it into your skin, if that makes sense. So I'm actually going to go dampen my beauty blenders and I will be right back. Okay, so now that we have our beauty blenders, I say beauty blenders because I use two different kinds. This is an actual beauty blender, this is a Morphe sponge. I'm gonna take Estee Lauder Double Wear in the shade 2CO Cool Vanilla, and I'm going to just stamp this on my face. So this is foundation. This foundation is extremely expensive. Do not think that you have to go out and buy this kind of foundation because you don't. For me, I have very sensitive skin. I actually can only use one foundation from the drugstore, and that's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. Everything else clogs my pores and makes me break out because it has harsh chemicals in it that some people's skin reacts well to, mine doesn't, so that's why I have to use this. Okay, so I just take some on the back of my hand right there. I'm sure most of you know what foundation is, but just for the sake of this video, I'm gonna tell you what it's for and why I use it. So foundation is basically used to just cover your face with makeup. Different people use foundations for different reasons. I use it because I have redness and I like very full coverage makeup, so I use full coverage things. So you just put some on your sponge. So like I said earlier, press it into your skin. The only downfall to beauty blenders is that they absorb a lot of the product. So you are going to be wasting product in a sense, essentially. I think the application is more flawless, so. I go back and forth between so many different foundations, it's ridiculous. Okay, so there's my foundation. So basically foundation isn't gonna erase the issues that you have on your face. Like I mean, you can still see all of my acne bumps. That's not gonna go away. Next step is concealer. I'm gonna use the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. Concealer is used for concealing darkness underneath your eyes. Helps you look more awake. If you have bags, it helps that. If you didn't sleep last night, it helps that. If you were crying, it helps that. Basically, it just like does everything, you know? Helps you. All right, so I'm just gonna take it. Where you lay concealer is I always do a small triangle underneath my eyes, just because I use concealer not only to brighten and conceal, but I use it as a highlight for the rest of my face also. So you just do it in the downward triangles. If you really want to get crazy, you can put it up the bridge of your nose to highlight the bridge of your nose, middle of your forehead, your chin. I'll just take my other sponge and I will blend it out. And like I said in my last video, I always get into the inner corner here. It gives it a little extra brightness. And I always recommend blending out concealer with a sponge just because it really can get into your creases. It can do more than a brush can. All right, so once that's blended out, again, none of this stuff you have to do, but for the sake of this video, I'm doing it just because why not? So then I'm going to take translucent powder, which basically is a powder that is essentially see-through, so once it's in the skin, it doesn't look like it's actual powder. And I'm going to set underneath my eyes where I laid that concealer so underneath my eyes doesn't crease. I'm also gonna set my forehead, my nose, and my chin. After I'm done doing that, I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and set all of my foundation so that other products lay better on top of it. I'm gonna use the Peach Perfect translucent powder today. I'm just gonna open it up, pour a little into the cap. This powder actually has a little bit of a tint to it, but again, it's essentially translucent, so once I dust it away, it's not gonna be noticeable. So you just wanna pat it right in underneath the eye. Pat it on the forehead, down the nose, on the chin. I'll grab my gigantic obnoxious brush that we all know and love. I'll take the rest, get some on there, shake it around, you know, and set the rest of my face. Just because you don't want your foundation to be tacky and sticky and then move on you. You're pretty much assuring that your foundation isn't gonna move throughout the day by doing this. And as you can see, it makes it a little more matte. You can't notice the powder. It's translucent, so. All right, so next step is bronzer. And I feel like this is one of those products that's a lot of people really don't use. I don't wanna say a lot of people don't use, a lot of people are scared to use because they don't know how to use it correctly. All right, so I'm gonna use the Tarte Amazonian Clay Park Ave Princess today. Looks like this. Bronzing, essentially what it does. So right now you can see that my skin is just very like one color. You lay bronzer in the natural hollows of your cheeks, the natural places that are naturally going to have darkness. You want to add darkness. So I'm going to dip in. So if you don't really know where to put it, if you don't know where your cheekbones are, just suck your face in like this. And you basically just lay it into your cheekbones. And depending on how you're feeling, you can do a lot, you can do a little. It's all up to you. I also lay it on my forehead. Not that I have a big forehead and that I want to shrink it, essentially. I think that your face just looks a little more uniform if you also just lay a little bit of color on your forehead. Just because if you just put bronzer on your cheeks, you'd look a little weird. No offense. I also always bronze my neck. We know this, we know this. As you can see, it's very, like, you can see it. It's very prominent right now, but I'm going to blend it out, make it look a little bit natural in a sec. For a brush, you can use any brush you want. I'm on this Japanese brush. It's just a little, like, tapered brush. It really, like, gets in there, you know? But you can use any brush you want. So next step is blush. And I'm gonna be using a kind of like corally peachy blush today. It's Captivating by Tarte. Ow! And for this, I use the Sonia Kashuk brush, little dome brush. I dip into this a couple times and I just lay it on the apples of my cheeks and then I pull up. If you watch my videos, you would know that this is my technique. A lot of people really don't use blush, which is weird. I like it because if you're gonna use bronzer, you should probably use blush because you're adding some color to your face, but not like natural color. You know, I don't know, that's just me. So this may look like a lot right now, but I'm gonna take my friend, and I am the one that I use translucent powder with, and I'm just gonna go back over it, over the blush and the bronzer, just to kind of blend them together and make them look a little more natural. So now we have our base done, as you can see. So next step for me is gonna be eyebrows. So I'm taking a spoolie right now, and brushing my eyebrows up and out to prepare them for impact. All right, so I'm gonna take my Tarte Arch Architect brow pencil. I think this is essentially where people get confused and don't really know what to do. You can do your eyebrows any way you want, but this is just how I do them. So I always go underneath my eyebrow first. Follow your natural eyebrow shape. If you don't really have an eyebrow shape like I used to not, you can make one. So then I go on top and I find my natural arch and I just kind of emphasize it and then pull down. And then from there, I'm just gonna fill in. Some people do like hair-like strokes. Some people wanna make it look natural. Honey, there's nothing natural on this channel. If you're looking for a natural makeup channel, you should probably leave. So then I'm gonna turn it on its side like this, and I'm just going to lightly fill in the front so we get that gradient effect. Because we want our eyebrows to say we're fake, but we're not that fake. So once all that is done, I'm gonna take my spoolie again, and I'm going to brush up and back through just to kind of blend everything together. Okay, so once that is done, I'm going to take the brow gel that's on the other side of my Arch Architect, run this through my eyebrows. What brow gel essentially does is it holds your eyebrow hairs in place, makes your eyebrow last longer. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one, and I'll be right back. One of the most important things to remember about eyebrows is they are sisters, not twins. You are never going to have a perfect eyebrow day, so just get that out of your head right now, because this is real life. They're never gonna be exact. So next step is mascara. Today I'm gonna be using Maneater by Tarte. So you can use any mascara that you want. So mascara pretty much just lengthens your lashes. Different mascaras do different things, so pick the right one for you. Let's get into it. So I actually go on top of my lashes, just like you just saw me do, just to make them a little darker. You don't have to do that, it's not required. There's one side, and I'll do the bottoms also. Okay, there's one eye. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one. Every time I use this mascara, it makes me think of that song. It's like, he's a man-eater, make it work, make it, Who sings that? Nelly Furtado? Okay, so there are the lashes. I do not do top. I do not do eyeliner, like winged eyeliner. Me and winged eyeliner were never friends, so. Next step is I am going to actually spray my face with setting spray. I'm gonna be using the Glamglow Glow Setter. I don't know, it's just some setting spray. So setting spray essentially locks your makeup in place, makes your face look a little less makeup-y, so it kind of gives a little bit of hydration to the face. Yeah, that's about it. So let's spray. All right, then after I'm done doing that, I'll actually take my sponge, whatever one I have laying around, and I'm just gonna set it into the skin. Yes. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, I'm gonna take the Stila Putty highlighter in Kitten. I'm gonna take my sponge, I'm gonna really dig into her there. I'm gonna get some on my sponge, and I'm going to place the highlighter right above where we put the contour on the upper portion of my cheeks, and going up into my brow. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit and up into my brow. So watch what I do. I start here and back into my hairline, and then I'll work my way up and under the brow. You don't want to bring highlighter too far down onto your cheeks. If you have any sort of big pores or texture in this area, bringing highlighter down into the apples of your cheeks is really gonna emphasize that, and it's gonna make it look, it's just gonna really emphasize it, and it's not gonna be a good look, so don't do it. I'm gonna bring it up just a little bit underneath my eyebrow. As you can see, wow, wow. Wow. I'm sending signals to space today, guys. So I also put highlighter on my nose. So I just kind of put it up the bridge of my nose, put it on my Cupid's bow, which is right here. I put it a little bit on my chin, and now I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. Sometimes I put it a little bit on my forehead if I feel like super matte, just to give a little bit of like life back into my life. I look like a freaking Thanksgiving dinner compared to what I looked like before. Gosh dang. So I'm gonna be using a Smashbox lipstick today. Always On liquid lipstick in the shade In Demand. And lipstick is very self-explanatory. I have tiny lips, so bear with me. I am not a professional lipstick putter oner, so do as I say, not as I do. And if you're like really good at lipstick, you can like overline your lips and all that cool stuff. I am not good at that. I make myself look like a clown once again. Okay guys, so this is the final look. That was my makeup for dummies. So that's basically like makeup 101. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope that I taught you a thing or two and help explain some products and where they go and why I use them. Oh my god! second week in a row that I made a YouTube video. Someone place a crown on top of my head. Thank you guys for watching. One, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that little bell so you get notifications. We couldn't get through one video without messing up, so here it is. Subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post a video. Make sure you're following all my social media. I'll have that link down below. I'll also have all the products that I use linked down below in the description box. Make sure you like, comment. It's the hot Cheetos that are coming up. If hot Cheetos are actually like as deadly as people say they are, I'm probably gonna die tomorrow. Like I eat 2 bags like every day, so. Bye family. Make sure you stick around for next week's video. I'm not sure what it's gonna be yet, but leave me some comments of what you want. All right, love you guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.